Hey guys, Matt, IronTrap Garage. I have a confession to make. I am a little bit addicted to old speed parts and early Ford parts, if you couldn't figure it out. So this past Saturday was the Allentown Vintage Dirt Drags. You may or may not have seen the video already, but basically we did a spring one and we were due to do the fall one to race at the Allentown Vintage Drags, and I came across an auction that looked interesting but had very few photos, and I had a hunch that there was going to be some really good stuff at the auction. So I split up from Mike like we often do to try and get multiple things done at once. Mike went to film the event. I decided to leave the cars in the garage, grab a handful of cash, and head my way over about an hour away from here to Westchester, Pennsylvania area, just outside of there, and hit up this estate auction that looked really good. Now what set me off was there was a Ford 9N tractor with a flathead V8, hopped up flathead V8 converted into it, which looked awesome. Just for that I wanted to come check it out. But number two, started looking at the photos and I saw some interesting stuff, and I noticed, one thing that set me off is I noticed some broken Halliburton quick changes in the background in the scrap piles, and I thought, that guy's probably got some good stuff. So I headed over to the auction. I was totally unprepared. I brought what I thought was a decent amount of cash and showed up, and it was like nothing I've ever seen before. I walked in the basement of the house, the house garage, if you will, and the basement was just filled with the rarest speed equipment possibly ever. Maybe not ever, but some of the rare speed equipment there was all in this place and was not fully advertised or advertised at all. And I walked in the door, almost fell over, and immediately just started trying to figure out how the hell I could afford and how I could get all this stuff home. So I bought a lot of stuff, and it is Sunday. Normally Sunday service, we're working on cars and shooting a lot of these videos, but today I gotta unload. Number one, it's like 7 in the morning. I gotta unload my truck of all the really good stuff I got that I couldn't leave behind. And then we got to go back today. I bought like half the upstairs of the barn, and I bought a lot of wheels, like wire wheels, 40 Ford wheels, and we need to go back with a trailer I'm borrowing from my friend Joe, and just load up and just see what the heck else I got. I don't even know what's in the truck, to be honest. I know the really big, like awesome stuff, but I don't even know half the like smaller stuff that's still really great. I don't even know what's in the truck because I was just buying and throwing it in the truck, throwing it in the truck, because there's so much good stuff, and there was 2 auctioneers I had to run around. I didn't get the film because I was by myself and didn't expect it to be this good, but we're going to show you what we find today in the attic of the upstairs of the barn, and also the wheels that we get, all the stuff I bought outside. I'll unload this here first, and then we'll kind of just see what we got in our bounty and kind of show you guys. This is going to be really, this is my best finds ever, so stay tuned. If you guys aren't watching, we're doing the Cushman build actually on the Eastwood YouTube channel, so I've been doing a ton of work to this. About once a week they put a video out, so if you're not tuned in, check out how the Cushman's doing. It's shaping up pretty good. Oh boy. Dang it. Good God. I got a lot of flathead stuff. So this is just the stuff I threw in at the end of the day. There's a lot more. Got a bunch of 4-inch cranks, Mercury 4-inch cranks. I actually got these cranks at the end of the day. I missed bidding on them because there's 2 auctioneers, and one of the auctioneers, or helpers at auctioneer, he actually bought these 2 because they were on a little wooden cart, and all he wanted was the cart. It was that cheap. So I asked to buy them at the end of the day, and he said, well, I just wanted the cart. I don't know what these things take them. So I got 2 4-inch cranks for free on top of everything else. That's a good deal if you know anything about this stuff. Another good thing, lots of aluminum goodies. Here's a box with Culver City, Allard quick change rear cover. Lots of blown up quick changes there, not many or hardly any to buy, but this one, good Culver City rear cover, so that was a score for me. Normal stuff like offset generator bracket. And there was some adapters to go from 3-bolt to 2-bolt flathead distributor. There's some parts for the quick change in here, like bearings and stuff for the retainers for the ring and pinion. So that was a good box. So it's in a box, a pallet lot I bought, and it was in a black trash bag, and I didn't know it till after I bought it because I bought it for some condition stuff. It is a fully restored, rebuilt, never run, or what I can tell, very little run, 39 transmission. Really nice. Super psyched on that. All right, open the truck door. Kate hasn't seen the madness. Just to give you guys a preview.
What the?
Oh, what's this? Oh, that's a scalp blower. And now if we open the, there's lots of good stuff. I got my passenger in there. Take a look. Does it seem like good stuff?
Yeah.
Whoa! How did those get in there? Can Moon eat for the next month?
Well, since I bought the food, I'm guessing so.
What do you think, Moon? You have enough food? Yeah. Have fun at work. Lots of aluminum. Some guys call them cheater heads, but aluminum heads. These are earlier style with the water pumps in the heads. Got a whole stack of them. I just started digging in the attic or the upstairs of the barn where I bought like, I don't know, half the barn almost of just I don't know what, and I pulled a couple of good things out that I saw that were on top just to keep them from possibly going missing. You know, there's a lot of flathead stuff. I found 2 Hemi heads. Won't turn those down. Canada cheater, well, what they call cheater heads. Wines are real cheater heads, but Ford Canadian heads, aluminum heads, 59 AB style. These are, boom, new. They're like the aftermarket cheater head, I guess. They say made in USA and have this FOSA brand on them, which is pretty cool. But they're new, they were bolted together. You can see the stickers. Special. Oh, they were 200 bucks a pair is what somebody was trying to get at some point. I paid a lot less. Aluminum flywheels for flathead with pressure plates. This one's all resurfaced, ready to go. Not sure what's up with this one. It has like a double ring gear on it. Kind of interesting. But yeah, Schaefer clutch kits. One of my attic finds I had to take home with me. I think it's like 33, 34 Brewster, I believe. But I'm 99% sure it's a Brewster. Original Brewster drill shell. Super cool. Psyched on that. Even just to find it. I don't know what I'm doing with it. Funky looking intake. Yes. Allard magnesium. I believe these were called the Indy wheels, but they're the solid faced magnesium Allard. Awesome. I spotted these just in the edge of one of the photos in the attic of one of the buildings, and it was like just this much of the wheel I could see with, and I could just tell by the dish what it was, and that kind of stuff sets me off to go to something like this. NOS Vertex mag. I don't know if it's ever been opened. Sure doesn't look like it. Says it's, I believe it's small block Hillborn, but it's definitely Hillborn. I don't know what that, might say Hillborn, it says SIS maybe. We'll open it up and find out eventually. Base cams by the arm pole. Allard. Allard quick change. Allard quick change that's never been drilled or used before. That's cool. Instead of wind FR full race heads. Can't see the marking right now, but 825s. All right. One Scott blower, two Scott blower. Full Allard dual carb setup. I believe they were copied off of the Eddie Myers intakes, as the story goes. Snuck one back to England and made a copy of it and put Allard on it. It's a complete setup with springs, linkage, everything as pulled, it looks like. So that's pretty cool. Another Allard intake. My front seat passengers. The dream, literally. Everybody wants a set of these. Can't believe. Yes. What's up?
What's going on?
Just going through my first load of Bounty. Gotta go to Joe's to get the trailer shortly. I might just call him and see if we run up there and grab
Oh my god, you got...
and two Scott blower setups.
Holy shit.
Look at all. Alright, so here's the upstairs. I got all this nonsense here. All this. We don't know what's under any of this. Like all that back there, I'm probably not gonna, none of that I really want, but there's all car parts strewn in between. I got all this, so pretty much this whole corner upstairs here I got. And then all these transmissions, parts here. So this is our first part of our load, is to sort through this stuff and see what's good, what's usable, what's savable, and then we'll just make a pile. And then we got a chain hoist, or a cheap hoist there, and my truck's down there. And of course, because Jay's here, it's pouring rain. Every time Jay comes over, it always pours and rains. It's horrible, but we'll make the best of it. We borrowed a trailer from Joe, so that will get wheels and tires and rears, and we're gonna load my bed with all the small stuff from here. So we'll start digging and see what we find. So let's get it. Let's get it out of the way, and I'm like, oh boy. Yeah, I don't think we'll be keeping it.
There you go.
I'm good. I'm good. As long as it doesn't fall over. Oh my god. Hold on. Let's get it out here and out of the way. Here's the
I
rest
was
of-
like, Matt thought he had a lot.
Here's the rest of the Hemi stuff. So here's those, put them in the piles. What are the rocket covers? What do they get? Chryslers, yes. So there's Hemi heads we pulled out. I pulled yesterday from here. Our Chryslers, that's a good sign. That backing plate's good. All those backing plates are good. Take all these cases just to have them. Oh. What'd you find? Cool Quaker State. Show the camera. Well, Quaker State. That's good. All right, Jay's got a master plan here for the chain hoist where you hook it in the end.
Thought I had one.
It's got to be somewhere to hook. Won't go around there? No. Why don't you hook it in this opening right there? Is it too thick there? Yeah. That's good.
Give me up a little bit.
Alright, slide it out.
Alright, Andrew.
Full speed down. Lift it out.
Up. Alright, stop.
We gotta like swing it out and then go down. Since it's
Down,
raining.
down,
Quick,
down.
Yes! Wiggle, wiggle. Shit.
Let me take some slack out.
Oh no, we got it.
I got plenty of slack.
The first way you hooked it was way.
There
there
we
we go. Alright, it's like fishing.
Man, I didn't know there was a hoist up there. That's handy.
Keep going.
Alright. Let's go. Alright, how are you? Alright. Good.
Not a lot, just a little. Got it.
Keep going. Alright.
Good, go ahead, Mark. I bought like basically all this stuff, but I'm only going to take some of it because I don't have enough room. Lincoln drums on that. We already threw a Lincoln front end with the big brakes. 40 Ford bells with brakes on them, another banjo rear. All kinds of stuff we already loaded. It's that Lincoln axle. Model A cross member, some tires. A pile of wire wheels. Andrew's carrying wire wheels. Earning his lunch today. Every color you need.
All right, you want to walk us through all the crazy stuff that you bought?
Yeah, so it's like 3 days later. I'm still unloading the truck from the second load. I got there's got to be like, I don't know, 60 plus wheels, early Ford wheels I got. So I'm still I just got done unloading those. I still have like Lincoln rears, brakes, all kinds of stuff in the trailer I didn't get undone. So this is all the like really good stuff, and some of it's still packed away, but I figured we'd walk you through, show you guys. This is how crazy this sale was. Like for instance, I got like 3, 4, look at that moon. These are Stuart Warner tack drives. So these are for running on like accessory. You can run, sometimes they were run on generators. These ones were on some sort of bracket on the front of the engine. And but these are tack drives, so you can run like an early Stuart Warner tack on them. And let's see right there, there's Stuart Warner. So I bought these in a box slot, and then a guy bought a box lot of stuff, and I bought this one out of his box lot because he didn't know what it was. It was cheap. And a gauge panel from an old boat. This is NOS. Tons of aluminum racing flywheels because this guy was racing. I think I looked this one up. It's like, might be big block Ford or something. So I'll probably get rid of that one because I don't.
Foresee owning a big block Ford?
Right now until I buy one like next week.
Yep.
These are cool. These are high dome Jans pistons. I didn't really measure them yet to figure out. I know, Moon, this is exciting.
Good thing you're inspecting them.
So we got, but these are, these are old. You see the boxes.
Nice.
And
It's got the receipt?
a lot of stuff. Yeah, it's got the, Moon, come on, man. Oh, here we go.
Oh, dude, that's awesome.
Old sticker, Jan stickers in there. So, yeah, so that's cool. So I got some of these. Got a bunch of Schaefer, Weber, I don't know what this one is.
What is it? man?
Albro. Come on, get out of the way. These are all flathead flywheels, but some of this stuff was great. This one, brand new, or all machine, and there's full notes and documentation, which is really nice. I picked this stuff when I was going through at the auction because I knew it was good, and how a lot of it has a 10.5-inch clutch. So that's a bunch of flathead aluminum flywheels. Some of the many transmissions. I got a stack of them outside that were in the truck that I already unloaded, or I'm still unloading. These came with my lot with the Ardens, but a pair of Wyand full race heads. I've been after a set of these for a while, so these are really cool, and they're actually in pretty darn good shape. Other than being dirty,
You want to flip them over? See the
they're not
pins?
like all broken, or they were run, but they're not like junk.
Or pitted real heavily.
Yeah, so those will go in the archives. I got like a ton of like stock Ford aluminum heads. These are cool. It's probably the best, neatest thing out of the batch. These are new old replacement stock aluminum heads for the 24 stud heads. So these are brand new. They still got the freaking stickers on them.
Yeah, I was trying to get on the end. It has
Oh yeah,
new.
new.
That's great.
So these will probably get put in the archives, and then I'll sell the other set there that are, I think they're used. Yeah, these are lightly used. Still good though.
Very lightly used. Barely any.
And we got a bunch of the early water pumping head. I got like stacks of them. Some of them are like damaged or were in the process of being repaired. I got to go through and see which ones are wall hangers and which are good. If you need 4-inch cranks, this was from the attic that you guys saw us digging in. I found 2 or 3 4-inch cranks. I think 2, and then
It's a good problem to forget how many you have.
yeah, Mercury 4-inch cranks. So here's 2. There's another 2 back there that I got. Yeah, so a bunch of 4-inch cranks. A couple of these will be for sale. I'm going to sell them, keep 1 or 2 for myself, and then sell the other ones just so I have them for future builds. We have, this was actually really neat. We found it in the attic at the end, but it is a front spring mount, I believe, from a front engine dragster. This looks like the tubes that would have come off a front engine dragster and went to the, back to the main part. But this was really neat, and it was just sitting in the attic area where I bought the whole one side of it. So even for a wall hanger, this is pretty cool, just to save this so it doesn't get scrapped for a suicide front. And this was what I thought was a new old stock magneto from Vertex or Ronco. You can see the sticker still on there. But what it turns out when we opened it up, because it had never been opened, I opened it up. I think it was redone many years ago, because it's got these old clear plugs that are all crappy. Unless it's just from sitting in the box for so long. I'm not going to spin this because I don't want to get zapped, but you can see this mag, definitely never used, has the earlier style brown cap on it, which a lot of guys really like. So, and you could tell this was local, Bluebell, Pennsylvania, which is not far from here. That's where they were located. So got this mag. I got to figure out what this end fits. I don't know off the top of my head, but this
There's no numbers on the box anywhere?
Actually, there's a receipt in here.
Look at this. We'll learn together what it fits.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't even go through this stuff. It doesn't tell you. It just tells you how to set it up. And how to not zap yourself. So, not sure what it fits, but we can figure it out. If not, Pat Mason is a local mag and ignition guy that used to actually work for Vertex, and he's the one that did the mag on the T, and he will be able to tell instantly what it fits, and he can change it out to whatever I want. So I will be holding on to that because those are hard to find. So showed you all the heads. I found this in the attic pile of stuff. Got a ton of transmissions of earlier ones. This one I didn't tear it open yet, but it's got the 39 style double detent shifter top on it. So that's a quick way you can tell these. shifter moves, so I brought it inside. I'm going to try and free it up and see if it actually is a 39. I may sell it, I don't know yet. This was really cool. I found this one that's like all been rebuilt and redone. I don't even know if it's ever been run. It's like perfect. This was in a trash bag next to a pallet lot. I didn't even know I bought it. I bought the pallet lot for like $5 or $10 for a Harman Collins distributor, which is somewhere around here. And as I was cleaning up after the auction, I kicked this bag and like stubbed my toe and ripped it open. There was a 39 trans, like all redone and never run. So that was a huge score. That I'm definitely keeping. What else do we have here? Bang into the T. Got a whole set of Lincoln, 12-inch Lincoln brakes, drums that were all, I don't think they're new. I think they were just restored and turned and never run. So that's one full set of 4, and you know, some of them are ribbed, some of them are like that, so that was cool. The Hemi heads up above. Got these Hemi heads I found in the attic area that I bought. They were under a pile of wood. You guys saw where the wood was. I grabbed them before the auction was done. I found just the heads, and then when we went back the second day, you guys saw we found the rocker assembly and the valve covers, and they're Chrysler. I looked them up. I think they were like mid-50s Chrysler, I believe, from memory. And these little insignificant things here.
Yeah, I was just waiting for you to dodge around them this whole time.
Yeah. Moon, come on. Set of Ardens. So I almost fell over when I saw these. I got the intake manifold in a separate lot that has set up for 6 singles, but got a set of Ardens that are awesome. I still don't believe that I own a set, so I got those. They're not 100% complete, but they're all there. So, yeah, I'm psyched. So,
You almost came home with 2 sets of Arden.
I almost came home with 2 sets of Arden heads, but I was unprepared dollar-wise. So, yeah, there's your number. So these are original Arden heads. There was 2 sets that were for sale. Didn't know this stuff was there. I can't say that enough. This wasn't staged. I showed up thinking there might be some stuff, and this was like the dream setup. So I only had so much money I could spend available at the time, so I picked the best set of heads that had the rocker covers that were not ground on, and the heads were fairly complete, other than the rocker assemblies, and got the intake manifolds. So I do need some parts, but who else has Arden heads just laying around? So I'll take them. I got these 2 sets of headers or pipes, or for one side. So I'll have to replicate these to put on the other side or make my own. Got Edelbrock dual intake. In this situation, that is meaningless. One of the big scores is a set of 18-inch Hallibrand 18-inch Indy wheels, solid Indy wheels, 6-pin. Those are very, very rare, and they were outside, and they came with these, like, I don't know if they're Americans or what, but they're like torque thrust style wheels. I'm dying. Let's see here. Bunch of cams, don't even know what they are, 4-inch cranks. Didn't even get to look at the crap, they're race cams. This is really interesting. This is an NOS, flip it around, Allard quick change. So you guys know, I don't know if you guys noticed.
Look, he's been machined at all.
It has not. So this, the Allard is like a British sports car, if you will, that used American engines and underpinnings, a lot of it. So a lot of them had flatheads. Some of them had, I believe, had Arden flatheads or Scott blown flatheads. And some of them had Cadillacs and some different overhead valve engines. From what I've read or understood, there was like 15 or 20 of these quick changes that were ever like machined and put on a car, and then there was a bunch more that were lost in the fire in the factory in the 60s, and after the fire they all disappeared, and they were unmachined quick changes. So I think this might be one of them.
Is that considered receiving stolen property?
No, it's way too long.
Statute of
I bought it, I have a receipt. Anyways, I also got 2 Allard intakes. So these were, story goes is that somebody from Allard went to the States, bought an Eddie Myers intake, brought it with them on the plane or shipped it back. Sounds a lot like what I do. And they copied the Eddie Myers intake and put the Allard name on it. One of them is complete with linkage and everything. The other one is just an intake. If any of you guys have a equally as rare is the key word. I don't want your freaking Edelbrocks or Offenhausers, the common ones. If you have a really rare intake that you might have doubles or something like that, if you're a hoarder like me, I am interested in trading one of the Allards for an intake that's equally as rare, so send us an email if you have something you think I might be interested in intake-wise, because I may let one of them go. This is like we showed you a little bit of it when I was unloading, and I don't feel like flipping it over, but this is like a hopped up flathead. It's got, it's ported in relief, 59 AB. It's got an angle race cam in it. It's been bored out a little bit, so I didn't check it, take the pan off yet to see if it's 4-inch stroke, but judging by how many 4-inch cranks there was, probably is. Let's see. Oh, a Brewster grill. Everybody needs one of them, right? I found that in the attic of all the junk under the wood pile, and so that's an original Brewster grill. I'll probably be selling that, but I got to figure out what a good value for that is because there's not many of them around. This is a whole bunch of junk. I don't even know what's in here. I didn't go through all this yet. I think it's not as interesting stuff.
What about up there?
Oh yeah. So I started putting stuff away, but this is a set of Scott blowers. A set has
Wow.
a pair.
Early Scott blowers.
Yes, these are Italmecanica blowers. Everybody calls them Scott, but these are actually original Italmecanica blowers. So these are the early ones with their intakes. One is a 4000 series and one is a 5000 series. If you guys look at the front, you see there's a definite size difference. So the 5000 series was meant for overhead valve engines like Cadillacs, Oldsmobiles, Hemis, and the smaller one was meant for flathead V8s. They also made them for like British cars and things like that, but that is those. And yeah, so got a bunch of brand new tires in the wrappers. I think I paid not a lot. I don't want anybody to get mad. These will be for sale. I think they're 7 or 750 16. I have a set of 5, so I have those. I started putting stuff away actually. This is super cool. Harman Collins
Dual coil?
dual point distributor, but it's got these really neat Mallory flash fire dual coils on it. They're really interesting looking with the bracket. So this was really cool. That was the pallet lot that I got the 39 trans with. I bought the pallet lot for like $5 or $10 for this, and don't hate me.
If only they knew.
Yeah, you guys do hate me. So that was cool. I got that. I'm gonna put that on the archives. Yeah, I think that's the majority of it. I think I got a Lucas distributor too that's somewhere way over there, but Lucas dual point. Also found on the Allards. So that is the greatest score of my whole entire life. I probably never get that lucky ever again. So figured you guys would enjoy seeing all of that. I wish we had more footage of the auction, but I showed up unprepared and didn't know it was going to be that crazy, but wanted to show you guys what we got. We went back to the estate and kind of showed you guys digging through the attic, which was really fun. So as we get into this stuff, I will be selling some of the stuff like I mentioned, but a lot of the really good stuff is not for sale. The Ardens, the Scotts, the really rare stuff, it's staying with me. And as you guys see in all our videos, I build cars, I use this stuff. So this stuff will go back on a car someday when I get the right car and the right project. So thanks guys for following along and watching the videos. Drop a comment down below. Let me know what is your favorite thing that I got in this crazy load of parts. And I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. Thanks guys, catch you later.